This can't be real. Please be my first breath. Impossible. I've been looking for this for my career. I need to be a little bit more precise. Right. This is uncanny. These must be at least 12 centuries old. At least 12 centuries. You're so beautiful. You'll probably be a crowning achievement. I can't believe I'm looking at the peak of my genius. As much as I marvel at looking at you, you mean one thing, and you mean I will never do something greater again. This is it. You're so beautiful. This is insane. Right. I swear I'll be really, really gentle. I will never break you. I'll put you into a museum and there'll be my name under you. Everyone can marvel at you. Isn't it funny? Back in the day, you were probably like a household object. Now, you're such a beautiful piece of work. An art shedevre, an absolute masterpiece of magnum opus, human design. Can't believe it. Which only means that one man's junk is another man's treasure. There's something similar between us, but I think we're both not appreciated in our time. So look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that before I put you up, before I introduce you to the Archeologist Guild, you're in perfect shape. So will you allow me to take off my gloves? Because I need to have a little bit more freedom of movement if I'm to completely rejuvenate your visage, your appearance. I need to renew this piece of work. Now what I'm going to start with. So I'm going to take this brush. This brush has seen many a thing back to their full potential. So I'm going to remove all of these particles that I see. Making sure everyone can see every inch, every millimeter of your beauty. Remove all this dust that has accumulated throughout the years. Because you're quite beautiful and I want everyone to know that. Just gonna get into all these little holes and crevices. I'll promise you one thing, I will not mess with your structural integrity, no matter what. back in those days. Definitely not English. I'm quite sure it looked like a tribal piece, perhaps an ancient civilization, maybe even just a noble medieval peasant. I'm not quite sure. I said 12 centuries ago, but could be something newer, could be something older. I'm not one to assume age. It's a risky endeavour, and quite frankly makes no one happy. I'm gonna just use this little bag. Make sure we have all the big pieces out of the way. That's plenty. Always beautiful work. Beautiful. I'm just going to take some measurements, is that alright? I'm more than certain that you have shrunk in all that time you were on the ground. That's okay, you're still you, is what I think. Good. And then this part here. Stay right there. Now, before we move on, I'm going to use these scissors for a very, very specific task. I can see that there are some strains of debris that is hanging from your very being. And I'd really like to just remove these. Yeah, these little things. I'm just gonna cut them out. And then I'm gonna probably burn them off very carefully in a very contained environment back in the guild's headquarters. I wonder what I call you. Will they call you just a normal thing like a vase, 12th century? Or maybe it'll be something like giant's toe or something. A nymph's fucking egg, or like a siren's uterus. You know, I don't really work in the creative. I don't work in the creative team. I'm not a copywriter for the guild. I'm merely just a humble archaeologist who admittedly will not be humble anymore. Because you gave me this opportunity, you presented yourself to me at the right time, you know? I just got divorced and lost children and lost a house. I only have the dog, and that's not saying much because I love dogs, but my dog is he's like a French terrier or something, like the ones that can barely breathe and can go into severe depression if left alone. It's kind of like me. My lungs are not really serving me well these days. It's like a 10-year-old dog. It's really what an asset to inherit. And I bought that house with my money. Can you believe that? But look, I don't want to burden you with all that. I mean, you haven't seen the light of day in such a while time, such a long time, so perhaps, yeah. I'm gonna do some detail work on you, is that okay? Detailing here because that's the difference between a good archaeologist and a bad one. It's really just paying attention to these details. And you have quite a few. You're a rich character. Que rico, I would say, if I were from Colombia. I'm just gonna do some more detail work here. Because I've known many an archaeologist who stumbled upon an immaculate finding only to fail the presentation due to a lack of attention to detail. And detail is extremely important here because you have to remember the object. It's a beautiful day to find you here. So I was beginning to lose hope. And who knows, if I manage to find you here, what else can I find? The team has not yet arrived, so I'm quite alone here to claim credits for this achievement. Bless me. We're almost done here. Now, before I head on, one last thing I would like to do is I'm just going to build this little cart to move you. Now, this is very delicate. In the final part here, I'm attaching this for security to you. It's not a cart, it's more like it's just a security measure. Honestly, it's an excuse to use the screwdriver. You're securely attached. I'm just going to tighten it up. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, isn't that right in it? It's quite alright then. Good. Okay. This was a really, really tough one though. You really make me work for it, yeah. But I got my nut. I've got my nut. I'm gonna profit off of you so much, and I'm gonna give you all the credit you deserve because you're beautiful. And you're gonna see that you lying here for 1200 years was not in vain. You're gonna see the light of day for 1200 years more, perhaps even more. You're gonna make kids happy, and you're gonna be the reason they come for a day off of school to the museum because they really hate school and they really need an excuse to do this. And so just think of it this way. Yes, you're gonna be enjoyed mostly by chubby men in their 40s and 50s with a receding hairline and a crippling addiction to collecting action figures, obsessed with 8th century archaeology and findings, and that's alright. There's really something for everyone, isn't there? It's just the type. I'm not saying anything, I'm not judging it. That's just really usually what it is. Perhaps it's a good thing. Giving them a temporary escape to the past, because the present isn't as shiny. And why do you think I'm an archaeologist? These 17 minutes and a half have been the joyful escape from the torture of divorce. So I thank you kindly for letting me into this world of yours for just a single little ray of time, sunshine. That's about it. That's good. Now I'm just gonna wait for the guild to come and to take you to the headquarters, and I'm gonna do a full examination, and I'm gonna use the method. Forget the name, but it's a method for acquiring the age, determining the age of something. Half-life, was it? Perhaps I'm not the best archaeologist, but I did find the best thing that we found in quite a while. And yes, you are the best. I appreciate you quite a bit. You are truly a unit, aren't you?